and
Well, as long as all you do is just make your funds or investments available, you're a passive investor.
So anything that doesn't involve you actually, doing all the work.
Correct. You could also be part of certain projects done by certain developers. Some of these developers would be looking for maybe investors in some of their projects, no? And they normally will come up with investment prospectus, like participate in this subdivision project of mine. I'm gonna do this, and this is how much your money will earn over time. So that sort of thing. You give the money to them based on their prospectus. And then you just wait for your dividends, no? With constant checking of what's happening.
So this is more for people who are not really in a hurry to get their money back, have some extra cash.
Not in a hurry to get it back, but looking for a good multiple. Normally, projects like this would mean, give me your 1 million and maybe it will become 2.5, 3 million in 3 to 5 years time, something like that. The returns are more interesting, but of course, you're subjected to a higher degree of risk.
Definitely, of
so
course.
As an investor in projects like that, you have to be very, very sure of the project itself. So you have to check the proponent. How well do you know him? What is his track record? Has he done projects like this?
Of course. Background check.
Can you trust him? So that's basically what you have to make sure, no?
Definitely.
So if that's answered, projects like those normally are more interesting in terms of returns, no? And these days, I'm very sure a lot of my colleagues in the property business are actually creating deals like that. Basically, for investors who are willing to wait a little, maybe 5 years, but who are looking at a substantial gain.
Of course.
And then we're saying these are measured risks, no? Because you cannot really, if you want to go risk-free, then you go back to savings deposits that makes you 1, 2, 3%. That's it, no? It's very safe, but that's all it makes.
Get, a percentage. How about those who like buy condos and have it leased? What do they follow? I mean, I'm sure I think it's under they're more active than passive. Right?
They would be more active in the sense that after they buy the property, they will have to look for a tenant, no? Okay, in that particular case, you can't really consider them passive anymore.
Of course.
You're right into the game because you're in effect doing another critical real estate activity, which is leasing.
Of course,
and that's another function that's active. So you're actually in the business already, looking for the tenant, no? So actually, it's a good way to learn if the desire is not only to make the money, but also to learn how to be more involved in the property business. So that's, I'd say, semi-active. So you're becoming active on a graduated scale. Okay.
But what would be the more profitable, active way of investing? Would it be, buying a lot or, renovating the house? I mean, there are many ways, right? So what are some examples?
All of these are possible, no? So some people would buy certain finished lots and then wait for the right time to sell it at a profit. Some would buy the same lot and maybe at a very maybe quick turnaround, maybe after a year, start building the house and selling the house and lot package, no? Or maybe leasing it. Both ways will do. So that's again escalating the involvement in the property business. But at least it's very guarded because you're doing it on a lot by lot or a house by house basis. For those people who are interested in learning how to do build and sell, then that should be a good starting point, no? Because the capital needed won't be that much. But it's a good way.
Around how much usually for these lots, or I'm sure it depends on the location. But maybe we're looking at what kind of price range.
Okay, so maybe we're talking about buying a lot for. Of course, this is in general about maybe ₱1 million or something. That should be like 150, 200 square meters. So you could put a house of about 50, 60 square meters. And that would cost you maybe about 600, 700,000 to build. So the entire package at your cost is about 1.7. You can actually sell it at 2.5 to 3 million pesos already, no? So
that's not so bad for
that's not so bad. And then you just of course, if you want get the income right away, you sell it lower.
Yeah,
okay?
of course.
Because now you're ready to do a next house. No? So these are the possibilities. A lot of people actually do that these days. They will scout around for certain finished subdivisions. No? My best example would be in the Parañaque area, BF Homes. There seems to be plenty of lots available where you could buy the lot at a reasonable price and then start putting the house. No, sometimes you're already buying a house and lot that needs renovation. Okay, so you position there and then renovate it and then sell it or lease it later. No, and based on my reading of the market, there are really a lot of these small scale real estate players who do exactly that, build and sell. And normally, a lot of banks who are carrying all of this inventory would be very much willing to just sell the house and lot package to you, the very interesting price, even give you terms to pay, even give you some amount to fix it up.
Everything to pretty much, you know, encourage you to...
Yes, because as far as the bank is concerned, I have this house and lot that I need to move so that my balance sheet will improve. I don't have an idle asset anymore. It's now converted into an active account bought by another person who's paying me on time and who might even borrow from me some more
to
finance the construction. So it's good for the bank. It should be good for the buyer because you're getting it at a discount, at a longer term payment, and now you're ready to sell it later, no? So if that happens, actually, it's good for everybody. It even improves the look of the entire subdivision because now you have better looking houses there, no? So it's more wholesome and interesting for buyers to just buy.
Yeah, exactly.
There are actually a lot of end users, no, who would not want the headache of having to put up the house themselves.
Yeah, of course.
And if they find your house and lot package reasonable, they'll just buy it from you. No? Particularly if you can help them get the financing from the bank that you...
So it's like you're putting up your own development business.
It's a mini development activity that encourages a budding entrepreneur in real estate to appreciate how transactions in real estate is made. Then as you move forward from one house, you could go 2, 3 houses, and then you move on and become bigger later. No, so that gives you enough practice. No, and that should be easily done by a lot of people. No, because now you go through the cycle of figuring out how do I renovate the house cheaply, how do I put this type of finishing. Parang you gain a lot of experience moving forward. No? And
do they usually do that on their own, or do you think they need to consult some experts on that? Or I mean, I'm sure they outsource the
normally you'll need some architect there. You'll need some interior decorator. You'll need some